morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone. It's time for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. Let's go ahead and do the Snow Patrol. This is another scenario that was made in the workshop. This is by, I believe it was J-Sun Fly Guy, spelled J-S-U-N and then Fly Guy. So I believe that's who made this. Now this is an edited version. I actually gave this a run already and I was going to do a video for it then as well, but it turns out there was some things with the scenario that just, I felt, made it not good in its current form. I made some suggestions, so he took those suggestions and this is the edited form. I'm actually playing this before you see it on the workshop, so hopefully after you see this will show up on the workshop. And it'll be definitely under his name. I don't know if I will be or not for the suggestions, but that's up to him, obviously. So in any case, it will be under his workshop. J-Sun Fly Guy made this, and this is a new scenario, so go play it yourself, see if you can do this yourself. I'm not going to spoil anything about the story. Having already played, I already know what's going to happen, so I'm not going to spoil anything about the story. Let's go ahead and just get ourselves going and see how this stereo gets on, shall we? NASA to 4599. Thanks for your help with the third rail testing. You have permission west from where you stand. Comment in the middle there. You're taking the empty equipment back to Atlantic Terminal, and then you are done for the day. I have one to get by NASA 1. We need a good move. If it works, we should able to get you done early. Bit of a spelling mistake there, but yeah, that's a minor thing. It's workshop. I expect that in the workshop. So you can see I went ahead and started moving already. By the way, I started right at the back of the route. You can see the buffer back there. A little unrealistic. I don't like starting that close to the buffer, but again, that's just a me problem. That is a me problem. We're coded for a 15. I actually thought we were going to be coded for more because we're on a regular track here coming out of Oyster Bay. This is a diesel track, so typically electric trains can't go beyond this point, which is why the route was stopped here. And we don't have diesel trains, so we have no point having Oyster Bay yet. In any case, we are going to make our way to the first station along this route, East Williston. So it's going to be our first time, and probably one of our very only times, seeing East Williston, unless we have a scenario that starts in Oyster Bay service here, or ends in Oyster Bay service here. So this is East Williston. Here it is. So the scenario is going to let us go 60, but I think the train coding still is not letting us go 60, which is unfortunate. So as we can, a nice neighborhood here, by the way. This was modeled very nicely. Kudos to Brandon for modeling this neighborhood around here. Very nice. I would think it was real if I didn't know it was digital pixels. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and get back into the cab and start trying to drive. We can still only go 15, but we have an approach signal. We might be getting a 30 here, but I know we're going to be entering a 15 around the curve anyway, so we might not be getting out of this code for quite some time. And if that's the case, that will be extremely unfortunate to our speed abilities. I expect a beep if we get upgraded in code, by the way. On the first run of this, I know oh, there's the 30. Yeah, I was going to say, on the first run of this, I was able to go 30 for a little while, and then I had to drop it back to 15. So I'm going to push the 30 now. There we go. That should do for our train code. Except we have to brake a little bit. It was just code to 15. We just got code to 15 again. Brilliant. Stop. Ooh, good stop. So now we're stuck at 15 for a while. No control about this one, unfortunately. We're not going to get coded out of this one. Minor downhill gradient here. It is actually affecting my train because the back of the train is still on a little bit of a heavier hill back there. I did not catch the level of the gradient because I don't usually travel this route. So I didn't catch what the gradient was, but it's not affecting me as much on this gradient now. So I think it was probably about a 1% or a little bit more back there as it came down to join the main route, the main line. NAS tower is probably going to be a message of some sort. We're getting a beep for the 30. We have to respond to that or an emergency brake occurs because that is a lowering in the speed limit from 60. By the way, our task today is, actually it's a blank task list. I think that's a mistake. I think there should be at least one task available on there. I will point this out to Jay Sun that there should be at least one task. The finishing task at the very least should be on here, whatever the planned task is. So it looks kind of weird not having a task list. This means that we're, at the very least, though, we're going to have to, with our slow clear signal, we're going to have to proceed listening for the tasks we have to perform today. None of the tasks are known ahead of time. So we're going to have to proceed with information coming on what the tasks will be. We're going to have to listen for explicit instructions on what to do. And those instructions are going to tell us what we need to do in order to succeed this mission. If we don't do those tasks as instructed, we fail the mission. Plain and simple. Our speed, in-cab speed indicator has gone off, so maybe that's the reason we're now at a 15, because maybe it defaults to 15. So I think that's just a case of merging into the branch. We're now getting an 80. We are going to eventually go up to 80. We're coming through Mineola. Engineer instructor. All right, kid. MAS all the way. I'm parked in Brooklyn. I want to get to my car before the worst of the storm hits. Okay, I need to get out of the 15 first. I'm out of the 15. I can go 70. No, I can't. My speed on the thing actually says 15. You know, I always do that. I see a train cab that looks good, and then I start gunning it. I'm like, speed! Okay. So we're going to gun it now. Now it's MAS all the way. Let's go. So still going through Mineola here. Nice view of Mineola on both sides. And a parking garage. And nice view of Mineola on one side. And nice view of neighborhood on both sides. There we go. As you can see, the next station we're going to go through is Maryland Avenue. We have not been given any explicit instructions to stop there. It's just a stock move to, I believe, Atlantic Terminal. So that's all we're doing. We're having a 60 coming up. We do have a clear signal. So we are having a 60 coming up. We are going to have to drop the speed to 60 momentarily, but we are over that right now. Knowing that I'm not going to exceed 70 right now. And there's a penalty brake for the 60. Stop it. The only problem I have with that brake doing that is that you have to keep the alert going at you until you actually get under the speed limit in some cases. Otherwise, it will just keep beeping at you. It won't let you clear the response. You can't push Q to respond to that. That's the only kind of alert I really have a problem with in this train. The rest of them you can pretty much respond to. Even the ones based on signals, you can at least respond to them while your speed is still going down. You just can't go back to... I'm coded for 60. What am I doing? You just can't go back to full speed. There's a train going by. Who is that, by the way? We're going to see at the back of the train here. We're going to find out that that is 7630. There you go. I didn't mean to hide the HUD. So this, I believe, is now New Hyde Park. So Floral Park is coming up next. Construction pylons. Lovely. Now that's part of the route. That's not part of the scenario. That's in the route itself. So our waypoint for Floral Park Track 1 is coming up. Oh, I didn't mean to leave the tag on. That was a mistake. But there's Floral Park Track 1 noted coming up. That was what I was trying to hit, not the HUD. So Floral Park right here. No mission. Continue as scheduled. Oh wait, I should be going 80. Why am I not going faster? Well, I'm dumb. Queens Village Track 3 looks like the next waypoint. Are they going to tell us what we're doing, or are we just heading to Atlantic Terminal? What are we doing here? So we should have a clear signal. So we're going to Queens Village Track 3. Next signal is going to clear us entry. We should be able to go through because we saw a clear signal. We're now at our maximum speed limit of 80 miles per hour. We can edge over it. Jamaica Station Master to 4599. Confirm you have a good Class 1. We just had to break up a connection at Jamaica due to this weather. Need to run passenger extra. You'll be picking up passengers on Track 4 and then express to Atlantic Terminal. Roger. We're now doing a passenger pickup. That is now our mission. Now, I don't know if there's any time restriction on this from the instructions, so they haven't told us arrive by 12:15, arrive by 12:20, whatever the case may be, and I'm picking those times because I see it's 12:11, 12:12 right now. So I don't know what our arrival requirement is, but we are. What I can tell you is we're about to go by Hillside Facility on track number 3. So we're going to poke ourselves back up to 80, and I'm going to look at the map very quickly to find out what we're going to be doing here. That'll do. We're coming to a downhill anyway, so I'll let it drop a little bit. So I'm taking a quick poke at the map here. We can see that we are going through the track right now. We're told we're doing a passenger pickup at Jamaica, so looking at Jamaica, I don't see... Our routing seems to be on that track, but that might be because of the train up ahead, so I don't know where we're going yet. So I'm probably going to get moved to a different track once that train clears. I believe, yeah, this is Hillside. Don't forget to set up the ASI if you haven't already. F7, F8, so the passengers don't get confused. Roger. Before I do that, let's go ahead and just get ourselves into a lower speed limit of 70. I'm going to have a 40 coming up as well, but I'm going to go ahead and hold this for a moment. We're going to take a moment to set the ASI very quickly. We're setting for Atlantic Terminal Brooklyn because, well, basically setting for Atlantic Terminal Brooklyn literally means that we're now going to a service to Atlantic Terminal Brooklyn. I'm going to respond to the HUD here. There it is. No, it isn't. Just going to quick peek outside at the display thing to show you that it does say Atlantic Terminal Brooklyn, so we're good to go. And let's stop this. That didn't work. Managing alerts for outside the cab, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to get dropped to a 20 up ahead, but for right now I'm taking advantage of whatever speed I can because I don't know our time restrictions at Jamaica. I didn't call out Hollis when we passed it, by the way. We did see Hollis before Hillside Facility, so If you missed Hollis, well, now you know it's there. You can go back and look for it if you want to see it. No point. We see it in other scenarios. Not a problem. So this signal's going to probably drop us. Yeah, this is an approach medium, I believe. No, sorry, an approach slow. An approach slow. We're getting 2 alerts to cut our speed, so we have to cut our speed. I better go ahead and just keep that brake on. Coast is not doing anything. Are we at 20 or 15? We're at 30, okay. So we're going to stay at the 20 as our speed limit for right now, unless this signal tells us otherwise. That signal tells us otherwise. So now we are entering Jamaica. When we're down to 15, we're entering Jamaica. That's how that works. Unless we're not at Jamaica, then we're not entering Jamaica, but we won't talk about that. So that signal you saw was a restricting signal. We're now limited to the 15 miles per hour, and slow clear gives us 20 because that's the track speed, but now we're getting a 15 on the track speed as well. Slow clear can apply to the 15 miles per hour as well. Looks like we're being moved to track number 3. 4 on the HUD, 3 on the display. We're going to move over 1 more on the display. So here we are moving over, I think, 1 more track. Yes, so we're now at platform C. Just to reiterate again, the platforms at Jamaica are called A, B, C, D, E. The tracks are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This route was modeled, by the way, before platform F existed, south of the station. So we're not going to see platform F on this route. I think I'm making good time. I did not expect to be here by 12:16, so I'm going to keep pulling in. I'm going to go to the end of the platform. I'm going to start hitting the brakes here as I pull in, because I'm now fully in the platform. I want to try and take it all the way to the end if I can. Stopping in range of this signal is what I'm trying to do. So here we go. So I'm doing a little bit better than my test run of this scenario, which is good. So we're stopping at Jamaica. Again, not listed as our stop, but we now know we have to stop here. So we don't have a progress bar because we don't know this to be an actual stop. So we don't have a bar. If we move, we fail the scenario. Let's look at our train. And you hear a train arriving over there. Look at that. That is train numbers 8018 arriving. We saw a screenshot earlier of a train over there that is now static. That train actually moved before at track number 1 or wherever that is. It might be a yard now. I don't know. But whoa, that was a mistake. Let's not speed, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? Whoopsie. I believe the train that was 3 tracks to the right of me actually was moving in the prior scenario, so it looks like it is a static service now. The train coming in to the right, to the left, I believe, was new. We're now in what I call the career scoring pit of death. This is an approach signal, so we are going to be getting coded up, well, at some point. We have a whistle board here because we're going under a bridge. We have to let any workers know that we're down here. love to stop hitting the brake right now. Oh, we're getting alerted to some... What are we being alerted to? Oh, we have a stop signal up ahead. This is new. I don't remember a stop signal being here. This is information that I did not expect. We're denied to pass, so there's something up here that we have to wait for. We're being penalty braked at 4 now, so we have to wait. Now here's my only problem with this route. AI trains can actually go right up to these signals. We have to stop miles before them. That is my only problem with this. Notice I'm being dinged right now for going 0.7 miles per hour. I'm not allowed to get... I'm stuck under penalty right now. I literally cannot move. I literally cannot move. My only complaint about this route in general is that we can't go right up to the signal if we choose to. I know it's designed like that, but man. So there is a train coming that is not... I don't know if that's the train we're waiting for. I honestly don't. So I'm not sure why we have... Why do we have a stop signal? That train might be going across the route. Look, he might be going across. You can actually see him up ahead. So looking at the map very quickly, he is indeed crossing our path. We're going to watch this train go by because we don't really have a choice. So, cheerio. When we can go again, we'll get moving. All we can do. So that train's going by. We're now on our merry, merry way, going at a clear signal. Limited to 20 miles per hour at this time as a speed limit. We are going to move into a 45 now. This merits an increase in speed, I would say. We're going to eventually be getting a 70 up ahead and then another 70 up ahead. Yay! This says Boland's Landing, I believe. We just got a warning that we're being coded from an 80 to a 70 on the track itself, so that's interesting. We're now going into an underground section as we head towards Atlantic Terminal. We are going to pop up above ground again. There will be a bit of a gradient that we have to climb to get out of that as well. It's not a straight shot. So we are going to have to climb out from underground at some point. That's fine. Do a slight increase here. Keep doing that slightly. So actually, we can go 70 now. Let's go 70. That's a mistake on my part. I did not get up to the full speed. So we better do that. This may affect my timing. Or maybe we'll have another blockage up ahead. I don't know. It's possible. So I'm now at 69.2 miles per hour. That is comfortably in our 70. We're going to be able to increase a little more because we actually are dropping speed. So while we're continuing this journey through the underground heading to East New York, which is the next station we're going to be passing by, not stopping at, but passing by. At least I don't think we're stopping. I've been told to. What I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to head back to the UK on the next journey I take. I've already recorded a couple scenarios for the Edinburgh to Glasgow route, and I wanted to go there a few months ago as well. But, you know, other projects came up. I had the chance to do the German Leipzig route. I had the chance to do the subway. And then other projects became more important for me at the moment. So I now want to see if I can get more routes introduced that will allow me to eventually introduce some of the Armstrong Powerhouse content, which means I need to play the original scenarios using the original trains to get the original version of the train out of the way so you can see both versions on the channel and make comparisons as such from those videos so you can decide which one you like better. Very likely it's going to be the Armstrong Powerhouse one because they are top-notch quality and very, very highly revered in the train sim industry. So I want to get to the point that I introduce some of that content. I have actually played with the Class 66 in the past, and I was going to record those scenarios for you as an introduction of the 66. I still want to do that. But all of the scenarios I played included the ones on Edinburgh, Glasgow, and the ones for the, I need to go down to 60, and the Armstrong Powerhouse model itself. As a result, what ended up happening is I had, I didn't like the quality of some of them, and I was trying to figure out how to handle them, and then as that was all going on, I had my hard drive problem. So they were lost, and I have none of those videos now unless they're still on my storage drive and I just haven't found them yet. I have to assume they're all lost. So I've retaped a couple of them. There are a couple career ones I have to retape as well. One of which you can't get a full score on anyway, so I'm going to have to modify how that one works. But other than that, I'm going to eventually play all those scenarios for you. Now there's only 5 scenarios I actually have to play on the route itself. There are some scenarios in the workshop from the really, really old days. This is East New York, by the way. There are some scenarios from the... Hello, I know. Yeah, we're down to 40 now. Excellent. So there are some scenarios from the very old days of the workshop. The route existed when the workshop first debuted. So one of the original workshop accounts, RS Workshop, with its 62 scenarios in there, most of them being the first time it's ever posted on the Steam Workshop. There are some Edinburgh Glasgow scenarios in there, which means more 170 scenarios. I might swap in the Armstrong 170 on those and add those to the Edinburgh Glasgow list. I haven't decided yet. So I might debut the 170. Hello. I might debut the 170 at the end of the strip of Armstrong of the regular 5 scenarios. I might sub it into the workshop scenarios. I might show you the Armstrong Powerhouse 170 on Edinburgh Glasgow. Stay tuned for that. I have not tried playing that or recording any of that yet as I'm talking here, but that is in my plan. Speaking of LIRR, I will be coming back to LIRR because I want to create my own scenario content for this. Once I get my channel to the point where I'm a little bit ahead on videos, at that point I'm going to go ahead and try to record, or not necessarily record, but at least create some content. I might record myself creating a scenario as well, just for fun, because I've never done it before. I may even consider, if I have enough... if I have the inclination, I might consider doing a live stream for it. I haven't even decided yet. But I might consider doing a live stream for trying to make a scenario. Just because that's something I can do with help. I get some guidance in case, because it's going to be my first time making an actual scenario from scratch. So it'll be something I can get some guidance on. I'm going to have to print out some pages or have them available on my iPad so I can keep going without having to cut off the stream. But, yeah, I might consider doing a live stream for that. That is not final. I will announce further when the time comes. I'm not confident the live stream quality is going to be good, but we're going to have to find out. We're going to have to find out. I know I've done a test live stream back at a previous living location across town, and I did do a couple of test live streams for hours, actually, very, very well on a different game. But like I said, those were test live streams. It was the first time I ever tried it, and I didn't keep doing those live streams because I decided to change what I was doing. 40 is now our coded limit, so I have to keep ourselves down to 40. We're going to be entering Nostrand Avenue, or Nostrand Avenue, however you say it. Not a stop. We're just going by track 1. So yeah, I do plan to introduce the Armstrong 66. I do plan to introduce the Armstrong 170, and this is all going to be on Edinburgh, Glasgow. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because that's something I want to try and fit in here. It's time I start looking at some of these Armstrong Powerhouse trains. I can go back to 45, by the way, so I should do that. I can no longer go back to 45. In fact, we have a 30 coming up, so I'm going to get penalty break in a moment. Now, after that, we'll see what happens beyond that. I haven't decided my plan for the rest of the Armstrong Powerhouse trains, but I do want to get at least those two introduced, because if I can introduce two on one route, I definitely want to do that. I know I have in mind something special for the 37 as well, for introducing the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 37. I have something special in mind if I can make those scenarios work with it. If there's going to be a stock swap. Looks like we caught up to him. Hopefully they don't hold us out too long. I got to get up to the Bronx. Roger. We never addressed the passengers, by the way. We should do that. Attention passengers. Welcome aboard. This is a passenger extra. As such, we are only doing a stop at Atlantic Terminal. If you were looking to go to East New York or Nostrand Avenue, apologies, you're going to have to transfer. It's not my business what happens to you. I was just doing a stock move, and yeah, they asked me to stop and pick up you worthless slobs. So, yeah, here we are. We are speeding a little bit. Don't mind that, ladies and gentlemen. That comes with the territory. If you don't speed at least once, you're not living. Please enjoy the ride. So we're going to get coded, I think, to a 15 at some point up ahead here, because A, there's a speed limit of 15, and B, well, we're going to be stopped up ahead. Brook Tower to 4599. Going to be a few minutes for track space. I'll get you going into 4 as soon as I can. Okay. So I'm on the eye out for a restricting signal right now. Actually, knowing where the 15 speed limit is, I'm going to have to lower my speed right now. Yellow over red. Yeah, we're expecting to stop at the next signal. There's the 15 code I was expecting. Stop. There's a train coming. You can see him in the distance. Well, that says Brook 2, Track 2, so that's not the train. The train is not labeled. Oh, it's probably from the back. We have a penalty break, so that means we're getting a stop signal up ahead. 8814. Yeah, the train's going backwards, ladies and gentlemen. Can you be quiet? We now are clear to proceed. We were getting penalty break as we got our clear signal. Fantastic. Maybe I didn't follow the speed in the way that normally one would do here. Maybe I was going a little too slow. That's possible. And maybe I should have actually had a stop there. I don't know. My test run, I certainly had a stop there, but I also had a problem with... didn't have the problem with the other train so close at Boland's Crossing. Stop speeding. We have a VD Roustabout here. I don't know what that is. VD Roustabout, yeah. What is VD Roustabout? You can see our destination is up ahead here. Stop speeding. I pushed the button. You didn't take it. It's downhill all the way, so you're going to have to slam these brakes all the way. It's going to be constant addition and deduction of brakes and speed. Pardon me. Now we got to get ourselves down to 5. So now we're literally going to be going at these slow speeds the rest of the way. We have a yellow light, which means restricting. That can only be a yellow or a red, I believe. I don't think you can actually get a green on that particular signal because you're not allowed to go anything more than 5 in this area. So you're going to have either yellow or a red. No green. Who's that train up ahead? I have no idea, and I don't really have a good way to get to it right now. While I'm a little lower in speed... Ah, there it is. There's a train number. We'll look at it later. Stop it! You didn't take my button. I was under the limit. Stop it. I absolutely hate these downhill 5-mile-per-hour sections. Have I explained this before? I'm pretty sure I have. $6721, I believe, was that train number. Looking at it again, yeah, 6721. ATL Main 2 is our waypoint coming into Atlantic Terminal. Now, on the previous run of this, you actually had to follow this train into the station. He's actually stopped there waiting for you now, apparently, which is interesting. Or maybe he gets cleared into one at the same time. I don't know. All right, kid. Oh, hold on. Let's try that again. All right, kid. Almost there. Don't forget to offload the passengers when we get in. I don't have time to clear this box. It's going to have to go on its own. Thank you. Stop speeding! Jeez, I kind of feel like you need to have a little bit of extra allowance for speed in this scenario, because look at this. Like, it is possible to set the speeding check to be 2 miles per hour, which means you would have the extra room. You would not be tagged for all those 6 miles per hour speeding incursions, which are inevitable to happen on this kind of a situation. But of course, then we have the idiots who want to push 7, so, you know, that's why they do it. See, now you didn't tag me for speeding on that one. Why'd you tag me on the other one? Jerks. So I think we are arriving just a little bit earlier than I did last time, which is actually cool because I left Jamaica a little bit later. So I'm happy to arrive a little earlier. I think when the corrected version was sent to me before it went to the workshop, I think I was told it's a 12:41 arrival time here. Now, again, there's no way for me to confirm that. I'm going, since I was not given this explicit time on the journey in, I'm just going to go ahead and arrive when I arrive and see if I'm on time. I'm taking the speed a little lower now, so I shouldn't have a speeding problem anymore. Coasting it down a little bit because I have to, I have very, very little space before the end of the platform here, so I want to get the entire train in if I can. I might not be able to. That last car might not open. Are my headlights... Oh, now... Okay, the headlights were not fully on. No wonder I couldn't see very well. Solves the problem. I know I turned them on. You saw them on, but... That'll do. Okay, let's look at the train as we finish, shall we? And there's one passenger and a couple women coming through the stairs. Okay, the passenger movements on this station leave little to be desired. Okay, that's a different story. Anyway, we're at Atlantic Terminal. That is the end of the scenario. Again, we had no task in the mission goal, but we're going to find out if we were successful in just a moment. Because we'll get a scenario complete or a scenario incomplete, depending on how we did. We arrived at about 12:40. Right on the dot. I opened the doors a couple seconds late because I was setting up the camera shot, but we should be okay, I believe, on that stop. So let's take a gander at the end of scenario text when we get it. The doors will close. as the end of scenario text generates. It should not be very long now. It's probably about a 40-second, 60-second stop at most. So again, make sure you tune in next time. I did record these in advance, so I'm not going to be tossing back or mentioning LIR on the first couple scenarios, but I will talk about my LIR plans again in the future. Well, that was unexpected. Sorry. Well, that was unexpected. Don't forget to people off. What the hell? we still made good time. Good working with you. Hopefully the plows haven't buried my car. Got news for you. They did. So that's the other scenario. We did get a scenario complete, so that's that. We got our check mark. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time, probably for the Edinburgh to Glasgow, because I already got a couple of those taped, and I'm going away after I record this video and post this video. So, yeah, I'm going to be setting up the Edinburgh Glasgow ones next. Keep an eye out for that. Until then, have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever it is for you, your part of the world. There will be more LIR on this playlist. Stay tuned for it. I will try and do a few at a time when I see them. But other than that, I'll see you next time. I'm Cyclone, and I'm happy to have you along. See you next time. Bye-bye.